Welcome to the live stream. How do we explain this thing to new people? I don't even know. I used to say it was the ADHD side of the channel, but I'm desperate for a cup of tea. We used to summon the tea fairy. Yannicka has become Duchess Glass, which is a cool name. I didn't expect to see that. I expected to see Yannicka. How are we all? Hello, everyone. I had long brown hair tabby. Ah. Okay, well, this is Sabes. This is live, right? I'm talking to myself. Can I get an F or something? Maybe mix it up and make it like a G. It's not working, is it? It is working. It is working. Hi. Hey, Scott. Hey, hi, Snooker. Hey, Lorax. Hey, Tommy. Tudorville. No, we're all in the future. You guys are in the future, but I'm in the past. How the hell does that happen? Like, the only way this can go, and it's like time travel is possible, isn't it? It's theoretically possible to go forward in time, but not backwards. Happy birthday, Lizzie. The Lucky Whale. Hello. Last night's love bite. It's not a good name. Welcome. You're new. This Lucky Whale. What kind of whale are you? It's important. Nikki, welcome. Mafalda, welcome back. Dieselot, welcome back. Soup. Yes, happy birthday, Lizzie. We're all traveling forward in time. We are, but at different speeds. Snail Kitty, welcome. TJ. Yo, 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 yo. No, well, I've kind of got a couple of whales in mind that I'm hoping for. Blue whale, okay. So you've gone for the big one. You've gone for the big one. Okay. By the way, does anyone use these pens? Hashtag not sponsored, blah, blah, blah. Pentel Energel. These are really good. I got 3 colors. And they're just... Sorry, I'm going to inflict this on you all. Am I right? And, I am invincible. So good. So good. So good. So good. Bigger is better. Oh, indeed. The understudied blue whale. Everybody is grateful for blue world poo. Blue world poo? Blue whale poo. Marine snow, as it's often called, is eaten by all the stuff underneath. Why did the chicken costume make me strip? Watching too much Trek. The ultimate stealth stim item. Yeah, I guess like they are socially acceptable toys, and you can get really into stationery. And I know a number of you really are into stationery because not last Christmas, but the Christmas before, I asked everyone for like not ideas, but like what you're into, like what your passions are or whatnot. Got the usual trains, planes, and automobiles, but quite a lot of you are into ink and stationery and pens. Ink Joy pens. Oh wow, I have to try one. These are 1mm, and they're in the, I know, not quite puzzle piece color, but they're still pretty cool. Hello, Helen. Welcome. I have ordered tabby cats for this evening on the thumbnail. Guess the kitties. Oh, one more thing. This book arrived today, which I'm going to put into the Tea and Tales rotation. I know I've been a bit slow on Tea and Tales, but I'm going to make a video about I don't know, just everything. And it's most of your guys' fault, but you know, the whole becoming a YouTuber thing. It's not an overnight thing, and I'm sort of shutting down bits of my work and so that I can do more YouTube. Anyway, long and short of it is I'm really busy right now. But I think this is a cool book. Now someone, and I'm apologies if you're a regular and you mentioned this book. It's called The Lost Girls of Autism by Gina Rippon, who is a neuroscientist. And you can guess it, can't you? You can almost. Thank you very much, Invisible Hand of Tea. That wasn't far enough to get the camera. She was way behind. What the hell is that? Look at mushrooms. Oh yeah, excellent. Thank you very much. Look at white chocolate chip buttons. Okay. The history of autism is male. It's time for women and girls to enter the spotlight. Now, this lady is in Warwickshire, Northamptonshire border. Does anyone know who this is? Have you seen them before? Oh, that way. Gina Rippon. Oh, it says... Oh, gosh. Right. Look at the cover image. My brain farted looking at the... Right. If you look at that on the... That looks easier, like, to read than it does in real life. That is a really horrible cover image. I'm sorry to say. Like, on the camera there, it looks beautiful. But basically, it's like one of those 3D magic eye puzzles where you make your eyes go a little bit wonky. It says lost in the middle, but if you angle it in a certain light, it looks like a swastika. Look, I know that's not what the author's going for, and I'm trying to do it on the camera. You can see it, right? Okay, we have our first tab cat, everyone. It's Dewey! Dewey, come here. I love you, Dewey. Yes. Julian. Oh, tab cat. Tab cat heaven. This is Julian, everybody. He was hit by a car. Or something, hit by a motor vehicle. Anyway, he was a feral cat from the countryside, and he was found with a broken leg that was all broken and rotted. He was picked up by some lovely people. Come here, feral boy. And don't look at me like that, Julian. He just gave me a really funny look. So anyway, yeah. So he's the first of the three-legged cats. And he's super cute. I think of him as the patchwork cat. Some of you won't know what... Yeah, Julian. Yeah. Who's shedding? All the cats are shedding right now. Air purifier on maximum power. Yeah. Can you see? I don't want it to distract. This is probably not the best way to reach out to the author. Sorry. Awkward. Anyway, it's what's inside that matters. And someone will win this book. This book will go to somebody. Oh, it's got tons of references at the back. Gosh, oh, I see a Lorna Wing being mentioned. Oh, look. Lots of references. This book, I will do a Tea and Tales episode. So for those of you who don't know, click the Tea and Tales playlist on my channel, and you will see books that we've done previously. And it's really good. And what we'll do is we'll do a book review of the book, and we'll meet on a live stream, and we'll give the book away to somebody. Very interesting. I reckon I could sit here and just read this on my own with a cup of tea right now, to be honest. Fascinating stuff. The Lost Girls of Autism. There you go. Did you see it? In person, it looks... I don't like the cover image. In person, there's... It looks like a... Anyway... I just saw a little section on concentration camps, so it is kind of an interesting thing, an interesting subject. Anyway, this is on the list. A few more things are on the list. Actually, this one's probably coming up really soon, which is how to keep house while drying. That's probably going to be the next one, to be honest, this one. What I'll do is I'll post up all the details. No one's going to miss out on anything. I'll announce it well in advance, and we'll talk about it and whatnot. Sorry, I was just thrown by the cover image a tiny bit. It's not quite what I expected. Anyway, Postman just dropped that off. Thank you very much, Postman. I only ordered it yesterday. It's quite pretty fast. Works at the wrong uni for me to help. She works in the UK. So the graphic design issue. Yeah. I think there is a graphic design issue. I won't mention it. We could possibly just pretend that we didn't see it. This is where this is one of the things that I struggle with. Especially when your brain is running like in overdrive. So you guys might not see this, but there's an awful lot going on in here. I know I appear slow. It's not the case. I'm constantly thinking shit. And then I just fucked up there by kind of all praise to the author, etc., etc. And I mean, I bought the book and I'll give it away and I'll advertise it and so on. I'm not trying to link it to Nazis, but that is a bad. It says lost on it, but in do you see it? There you go. I think that's a bad design, graphical design. Just needs to be clearer. I don't want to focus on it. I shouldn't have even brought it up. Right. I didn't see it till I was on screen. And I know that a lot of, obviously, content creators, live one, like, and there's a lot of people that won't do live streams, and partly because, oh look, I've said it, I've done it now. Now that's out there in the world, and I sort of get that. I get why some content creators don't do lives, because they are chaotic. Somebody asked about Chaos Goblin earlier. Yeah, Chaos Goblin. Yeah, it's just chaotic stuff. Last week was super chaotic. I'm really sorry about that, everyone. It took me an hour to get the stream on. Red Gem. I am 100% going to email the author. Maybe she wants to pop onto the stream, talk about her book. I think it's a really important topic, by the way. Sorry, I shouldn't be eating, should I? Because my brain. There's a lot going on at the minute with autism and politics, and I'm not getting politically ranty. That's what the cats are for. Calm me down. Hold me back. Hold me back. And the issue is, I love that you only realised the stream would go wrong when you were saying that it was okay. When we were all saying it's okay, yeah. I'll link it. I have the ability to do referral links, which does support the channel. Don't feel obliged, anyone, ever. But you know, if you aren't using a referral link, you may as well. It does send a few cents my way for each book sold. And it adds up. And I fund it back into the channel anyway. Most of these books have gone... I don't think anyone from the UK has won a Tea and Tales. Yes, they have. There's one's gone to the UK. And we've had the US, we've had Japan, Korea. No. Anyway, the cats will sign the book. And I really do need to get it going again. So my plan was to do AT and Tales every month. You know, but life caught up with me. Having said that, I have been making at least one video a week. Actually, there's more than that. There's 6 videos plus the 4 live streams. It's like 10 videos in total per month. And it's quite difficult at times, to be honest. But the live stream aspect is quite interesting for me. I think it's interesting for me from a meta perspective, because I'm trying to explain to you guys what it's like for those of you that may not know. And then, but from like a neurodiversity perspective, how does it work? And in some respects, monologuing about topics of interest is kind of a key core competency. It's a main skill. It's on the skill tree. It's like the first level in autism, you get the ability to just think about things you like thinking about. But then, yeah, you do like a little fuck up like that with the book cover. And then it just sort of throws you, and then everything you had even thought about saying is just gone. Like, set fire to it. It's all gone. Hey, welcome, Shireen. No, it doesn't have any texture to it at all. No texture. I would like to redesign the cover. I think Soup, it was quite a time investment. We get it. Yeah. It wasn't really that I was trying to communicate. It was the thought and the concept of... It was the thought and the concept of not being able to edit oneself after saying something or doing something. And therefore needing to think harder than one might otherwise do if it was being recorded onto an SD card and you can just delete it and record it again. That makes sense? Does that make sense? Yeah. Hello everyone, I feel like very let down by therapists who's French and diagnosed, and a diagnosed autistic adult. I don't understand, Brittany. Feel free to fire it off again. And welcome, by the way. Speaking of France, autism services are really, really bad in France. They've got a long way to go. Some places in Europe even are using an old version of the ICD, which is, as far as autism is concerned, their version of the DSM, sort of. I mean, it's more than that. ICD is like a really big thing. It's everything medical classification. Whereas DSM is just mental disorders, you know, like autism isn't. But then again, on the flip side, it kind of, autism does, you know, have a place in the DSM, because without it, particularly in the, it's an American thing, so, you know, American healthcare system, without it, then there would be no insurance, right? There would be no way to fund and provide services. There would be no, do you know what I mean? Maybe the title of the stream should be, should autism be in the DSM? It's not a mental disorder. Even the American Psychiatric Association would say it's not a mental disorder. Yet it's in the book. And I guess it kind of makes sense that it is in the book. It's kind of the title of the book that needs to change, perhaps more. I've been linked to the Gina Rippon video I liked recently in Autistic YouTube channel on the Discord. Brilliant. Well, bring it in. There is a wild hare at the back door. Can you take a photo of it at least? Okay, bring it in. Tea Fairy. I demand a wild animal. I demand a wild animal. No. I need the hare. Bring me the wild animal. No? Okay. Oh, we have Yosemite Sam. How's it going? Nice to see you here. Yeah, what an interesting, what an interesting moment. Sorry. Yeah, you just walked in on Nina the Tea Fairy has just found a hare, a wild hare. For those that don't know, it's like a 4-wheel drive rabbit. I don't know, a rabbit truck. If a rabbit and a truck were combined, metaphorically, allegorically, it would be a hare. It's a fast rabbit. Tall with lots of ground clearance. At the back door. A wild hare would lay waste to your beautiful home. Yes, it would. I don't know the house is necessarily beautiful, but everything precious it would be destroyed. And it's probably full of fleas and ticks and wild animal diseases, things. I'm no rabies, thank God. But yeah. In fact, a hare is weirdly compatible because hares will also have babies and sort of, I don't know what you call it, nests. It's not burrows. They're kind of ground nesting birds. Watership down trauma, yeah. Yeah, well, we won't have the watership down trauma if it's a hare, because they're kind of the kangaroos of the rabbit world. I don't know if Nina is actually trying to get her hair. I'm kind of sitting here waiting. Is a hair about to arrive? It's like the tea fairy has just walked off intentionally to get there. What am I missing? Hey, Eagle Rider. Show your kitties a hair. We can't have wild animals in here. And what? Do you have hair intro music? Yeah. Sorry. I know this isn't particularly exciting, riveting entertainment content right now, but I am waiting for a hair. I might have to go and look at the hair myself. Oops. Do hares and cats mix? I don't know. You gotta let me know. How many cats do I have? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wrong button. I'm waiting for the screen to churn. There you go. All of those cats. Oh, hang on. We've got an eagle. It's on the screen now. Up a bit. Stop. Whose is this? It's Cookies, baby. If I shake it, it will peep, won't it? Louder. Louder. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, did she? I was not aware. I knew she was sitting on nest. Where is Cookie now? Okay. For those that don't know, Cookie is the toilet duck. She's the chicken that fell in the toilet and got painted, well, dyed blue. Sorry for burping on the microphone there. Burping on the bird. I did not intend to. Cookie Crumb, yes. This is Cookie Crumb. Here it is. Baby chicks grow up to be hares. That's the story of Easter. It hasn't got a gimbal head yet. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's, you know the gimbal head thing they do? Not yet. It's an eagle. At least it's soft. It's a trainee eagle. I think that might have just breached the YouTube community guidelines. I just think you get a peep show. What can I tell you? And I need to see this hair. Hopefully, Nina's taking some pictures of it. They can go in the Discord. Yes, this is the way. No. It just went. It's only like this far, but yeah, I don't think it enjoyed that. Show me your kitties. Well, we have Sabes here. Over here we have Bruce. Oh, hang on. Anna Ferret. Anna Ferret. Hello, Anna. Lucy? Polly? That's a fair few. What's your cat's monthly food bill? It's a lot. In fact, this month it's quite high. It's quite high. We ordered extra this month because just in case the boat doesn't sail. We really don't want to be out of pet food. It's like the one thing we must not run out of. Eagle Rider's seen a mountain lion. How have you seen a mountain lion? That's amazing. Anna Ferret. No, she's not coming. Now you give all the cats a kiss for Hydra's babies. Yeah. 2 of them are with Helen and family. I'm guessing 240. Yeah, well, there's three spayings taking place imminently. And that's about that each. A little bit less than that each. I think mountain lions are cool. I want to see some big... What on earth is going on in there? Okay. Oscar? No? Oh, really? Was Larry rude to her? Was Larry swearing at you? Naughty Larry. Swearing. You're being rude. Why do you smell of soil? Okay, I'll put you down. I need everybody to see that you've been put down carefully. Baby bison. Amazing. Sarah, welcome. Oh, if anyone needs live stream, if anyone needs a prompt to go check on your washing, now's the time. Yeah, it is. I'm going to go and wash my hands. 2 minute. There's a 2 minute ad break. You won't miss anything. Definitely run to the loo, etc. Treat yourself. Have a poo. 2 minutes.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow.
Golden.
Golden.
Golden things.
Gold hair. Gold rings. Gold leaves. Gold anything. Golden. I'll follow only golden. Golden. Golden things.
Sorry. An autistic registry?
Walk up the
River? There we go. Sell things down. I just read something about an autistic registry. What is this? It's news to me. FYI, I am very, very receptive to hearing news. A consequence of just trying to hold life down at the moment. Lots of personal stuff, lots of work stuff, lots of YouTube stuff. Just everything right now just feels like a million angles. But the irony is, I could really use.
Check your DMs. Took 2 of those on Easter.
Just a bit of info about what's going on. If you see something, even the RFK stuff, do feel free to send it on to me. It does help, especially when I'm planning video content. I won't spend every video talking about RFK stuff, but I will answer it. Hey, thanks very much, Eagle Rider. If you can post them in the more general chat, I will check my DMs, but I only check them intermittently. I will remember. Thank you very much. It is very kind of you. What is this? The news just dropped. Okay. Right. All right. Give me a second. What's going on? Let's try this. Let me see if I can show you my screen. One moment. Sorry, just bear with me a second, if you wouldn't mind. How do I refresh Windows? Why can't it see it? Oh, I think I know why. Hang on, there's got to be another way of doing this. I'm using different streaming software to the one I usually use. None of this is that helpful. Okay. Right. There we go. Amass medical records of many Americans. Have a little look at this. The National Institutes of Health is amassing private medical records from a number of federal and commercial databases to give to Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s new effort to study autism. Okay. Well, they already have this data. It's not new, right? It's the new data, but it's not new data. Well, our external research is right. Who do we have? Who are these external researchers? Maybe children's health defense nonsense stuff. But Kennedy's autism aims to study comprehensive patient data with broad coverage of the US population for the first time. Okay, I wonder if this is the same people that did, because Kennedy was waving around a study. I made a video about it. It was undertaken on Medicaid recipients in Florida. And the claim was that there was essentially an environmental reason for autism rates, which is completely bogus. What they wanted was more access to more data. In fact, that particular study, the main study that Kennedy was throwing around prior to his selection, was asking for more data. So I presume Kennedy's working with those same people. Now, I don't know any of these things. These are all hot takes, but my gosh, every hot take I've ever had has been right. In this regard, not every hot take. They're mostly wrong. But like with respect to this sort of stuff, it's all right. Yes, those are the brilliant researchers that have been put on board. Is it actually Lorax? Am I right? Those researchers were terrible. Now, I didn't look too much into the researchers themselves, but my understanding is that they're kind of pretty terrible, quite low quality. Oh, for fuck's sake. This shit writes itself. This shit writes itself. So that's what they're doing. Did you know that the external researchers of the study that Kennedy previously loved, you know, there was one particular researcher. He's an absolute. He's not a fraud, but. Pito, every hot take I've had has been right and so forth. No, hang on, Pitu. I feel like I am actually a reasonably humble person, but every hot take in this regard I've had has been right, and I've just had another one and it's right. Can we just quick conversation on this? I made a video about the people. Well, it wasn't about the people. It was about some bogus autism study. The video is like a couple of months ago. Maybe a bit longer, but it was made this year. And Kennedy was at the he was at what we would call in the UK a select committee hearing. Bernie Sanders was one of the people questioning him, plus a few others. And they were pointing out things to him because Kennedy is like, show me the data. The data is being hidden. Now, the researchers that Kennedy was quoting in that particular hearing, they were blocked from accessing the proprietary database for reasons. They actually lost their access to it for reasons. I wonder what they did. I wonder what happened. I wonder what the real story is there. Looks like it's irrelevant because they're getting the data now. They extrapolated it terribly, by the way. I went through it all in a video. Yeah, yeah. Did you coach yourself up? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You can have fun with me. That's fine. I'm just saying, like, I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong so desperately. I want nothing more than to be incorrect. You know. But it's like, okay, it's them. All right. Okay, well, the video that I'm going to make on the subject at some point has kind of already written itself, because I know the people involved, and they're pretty duplicitous. It's not as bad as the Documenting Hope autism reversal twin study, folks. Those people are not real researchers. They were marketing people, if anything. Not saying marketing people are a problem. I mean, kind of like a marketing person myself now, right? But Saber, grr, grr. Over the shoulder. Okay, let's have a little read. I'll have a little read. Ooh. The National Institutes of Health is, yeah, I read that bit. The idea of the platform is that existing data resources are often fragmented and difficult to obtain. Yep. Medication records from pharmacy chains, lab testing. They used billing receipts to estimate the prevalence of autism. But again, the thing is, you know that they're being duplicitous because they're not talking about the prevalence in autism diagnoses and what cohorts those are in. Look. Let me be super clear on this. I want autism diagnoses to go up. That number, when a researcher sticks out a paper, and very rapidly, it's to do with the increase in autism. If they start using terms like epidemic and a danger to society and all this sort of stuff, you know whereabouts they are. Saber, please don't attack things. Not right now. Okay. Does anyone want him? He's slightly damaged. Free to in your home. What I'm saying is that what I'm saying is when you all know this, but with respect to researchers and respect to articles, when we talk about the increase in autism diagnoses, there is an actual story there. There's an actual conversation there. And it's the conversation of the lost generations, lost sectors of society. These people, girls, women, non-white people, people that aren't wealthy enough to be able to afford private diagnoses. There is an absolute story about this rise in autism diagnostic rates. 100%. There's tons of interesting sociology and stuff, and people can argue and debate it, and the newscasters can argue and whine, and people can have good points, and there's tons of stuff. I mean, there's enough stuff there for me to do my whole YouTube channel on. I could do just where are all the autistic people, and oh look, the rates are changing. But when you then say it's rates of autism, and especially when you've been told there's a difference between rates of autism prevalence and new diagnoses, bear in mind that countless people who are now 80 years old, 70 years old, 60 years old are finding themselves seeking a diagnosis. A diagnosis is optional, FYI. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's not. Depends on your circumstances. My brain. Terribly sorry. I do need to read this. What? Data from smartwatches and fitness trackers. What's that about? What's that about? What's that about? Yeah, I only congratulations on the autism, Layla. And honestly, I only entered the records at 42. So yeah. What is this bullshit? What fitness trackers and what smartwatches? Who are we talking about here? Read the next line. I'm sorry. The NHS is now in talks with the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services to broaden agreements governing access to their data. I'm going to ignore the picture there. The picture will take me a while to, what the fuck is it about? Picture of America with some fucking dots and lines on. In addition, a new disease registry is being launched to track America. A new disease registry? What's A new disease registry has been launched to track Americans with autism, which will be integrated into the data. Advocacy groups and experts have called out Kennedy for describing autism as a preventable disease, which they say is stigmatizing and unfounded. No shit. Between 10 and 20 outside groups of researchers. Right. Okay. Outside groups of researchers. Okay. So between 10 and 20, anti-vax, childhood CHD nonsense merchants. Defeat Autism Now, Autism Research Institute, fucking Autism Speaks, probably. Epidemic Hope, Epidemic Answers, Documenting Hope. I don't know, all of these fuckwits. Insane. None of this stuff will get published, by the way, in any peer-reviewed journal. We'll be given grant funding. Oh, they'll love that. Details were not given on how they would be chosen, but said that their selection would be run through normal processes. I don't think so. I don't believe them. I don't know what the processes are, but I don't believe them. It will be, these are who we're using. Said the research they were back using the data. Hang on, I have to turn the vacuum off because I can hear the vacuum and it's quite really loud, and my brain can. There's a lot of drama going on outside. That will range from basic science to epidemiological approaches to other more applied approaches to treat and manage autism. He acknowledged autism's wide variation in how it affects people. I recognize, of course, that autism, there's a range of manifestations ranging from highly functioning children to children that are quite severely disabled. And of course, the research will account very carefully for that, he said. I've never seen anything so strange, honestly, in my life, short of fiction and stuff. Because like the term profound autism, for example, which is very popular with ABA therapy providers and centers and influencers associated with them, is more to do with intellectual disabilities than it is autism. And yet it's called autism. Why are they picking on autism as a cohort or autism as a category? Why? What? It is absolutely balmy to me. It's like saying brown children, or like, what on earth is really doing? Wow. It just blows my mind. Notwithstanding, obviously, those with the highest support needs should be getting support. I advocate for it all the bloody time. And I never set out to become an advocate in any way of the word, any sense of the word. Because you can't claim vaccines to Tony Brown. Well, he can claim stuff that isn't true. So, anything. They said the research they'll back your data from the highest quality proposals that range from basic science to epidemiological approaches to other more applied approaches to treat and manage autism. I feel like it's doomed to failure, He also acknowledged autism's wide variation in how it affects people. I recognize, of course, that autism, there's a range of manifestations ranging from... Oh, yeah, I've read that bit. The selected researchers will be able to access and study the private medical data, but they will not be able to download it. What? A what? They will be able to access and study private medical data, but they will not be able to download it. He promised state-of-the-art protections to protect confidentiality. All right, I'm going to tell you all a little story. So those of you that know, I've had a pretty fun career, to be honest, working as a software engineer across a wide variety of companies. In fact, one of my gigs was working for the police. I was working on the police national computer in southwest England. And I was literally running SQL queries on the production database, which is all kinds of batshit. Like many of you, quite a few of you listening right now will be going, what? Yes. Could easily do a delete from, blah, blah, blah. Yep. In fact, that's exactly what happened. A few years after I left, someone was working there on the same desk as me, sitting on the same chair as me. This is a secure unit. The guards had guns. This is unusual in the UK for my American friends out there. Seeing armed police outside of something like an airport is very unusual. And to have a guard with a gun standing next to you is a rather strange thing while you're doing database queries. And it's a bonkers way to work, but there it is. That was a top. It wasn't a top secret, but it required a high level of security clearance, and it was an airlocked building. It was like multiple doors, multiple people. You know, to get to a point where you could actually run SQL queries. In fact, there was a big scandal actually involving the organization that provided the security, and that a whole load of people's criminal data, including the backups, was erased. There's something about computer illiterate guards with guns guarding SQL databases that is rather bizarre to me. This is like, how are they going to promise state-of-the-art protections? What is state-of-the-art protections? Well, I have some suggestions, but it's going to make things impractical for the researchers. Yes, they're going to get the data. It's weird. If it's impossible to download it, how would it be possible to review their supposed groundbreaking? Well, exactly. Yeah. Quite. Yeah. I mean, for example, like one of the things with confidentiality is not give them access to any reporting database that has any personal identifying information on it. So that's possible, right? You could anonymize the data set and give them access to that. In fact, in some respects, you could even just give them the data. You could make it public domain. I'm sure there are reasons not to, but in theory, it's not going to get done though, is it? It's not what's going to happen. By bringing the data into one place, he said it could give health agencies a window into real-time health monitoring on Americans studying other health problems too. What we're proposing is a transformative real-world data initiative which aims to provide a robust and secure computational data platform for chronic disease and autism research. They are planning a rapid timeline to launch the autism research using this data, but did not give specifics on when it would start or how long the studies would take. Kennedy last week appeared to walk back his early prediction to have all the answers by September. We'll have some of the answers by September. If you have to get into the mind of a con man, which is exactly what RFK is, if you have to get into the mind of someone like that, he's not going to want data to be found or reports to be published that contradict his worldview. He was shown the data by some well-prepared senators prior to his selection. He was shown the data. He was read. He was given, literally excerpts from studies disproving his claims very clearly. You want to see the clips and you don't want to watch the whole hearing like I did to get said clips. I did make a video on this. It's like maybe 5 or 6 videos back. I can't even remember now. I'm sorry. My brain is fuzzied. But he's literally holding up a study that is absolutely super low quality. It's super bloody Mickey Mouse kind of data journalism. It's ridiculous. For reasons mentioned earlier in the stream. In case anyone wants me to repeat it, I'd rather not. And he's shown like some really decent data. For example, vaccines don't cause autism. A Danish study, which wouldn't have happened without Wakefield, I would say. Without Wakefield's fraudulent paper designed to sue vaccine makers out of lots and lots of money. With his faked cases, he had 12 children in his retracted fraudulent paper. There were 12 cases, and those 12 cases couldn't be reconciled with any real people, you know, living or dead. They were made up. So I think this is quite concerning. I'll be honest, and I'm very concerned for everybody in the US right now. Part of my mind says this wouldn't happen in the UK, but I think it possibly could. Yeah, could easily happen in the UK. We're just one government away. I see Yannika's thing. Beth H, I didn't see anything. I did. Is it okay if you put you on speaker for our neurodivergent student union meeting? It starts in an hour or so. Oh, holy shit. Yes, it's fine. I'll make sure I behave. I'll be here for an hour. And then obviously we're going to a private stream after that. Yeah. I am, you know, moderately concerned. My comrade for us here in the UK. Hey Gemma, how's it going? This could potentially happen here. Yeah. I think it possibly could. My mind is at first, okay. I wasn't aware of any of this. Do you know that? I wasn't aware. I was aware of autism rates increasing, as in autism rates of new diagnoses increasing, and I'm like, no shit. I gave it very little thought other than, wow, there's a lot of people on the waiting lists right now. A lot of people want answers for their experiences. A lot of people want to check. They want sanity checks. They want, I'm not talking about mental health when I say sanity check. It's more of a technical thing, as in, hey, does my work look good to you? That sort of thing. They want that checking. And there's a whole generation of people that have literally been missed. That Tony Atwood, Dr. Tony Atwood, has cited as, you know, at some point this missing generation are all going to be sort of presenting themselves for assessments and diagnoses and whatnot. Yeah, and in that respect, I want autism rates to go up. There have been some very interesting papers written estimating the number of undiagnosed, unidentified, and, you know, not on waiting list kind of autistic adults in the UK. And the numbers are quite staggering. And the sooner we see things like autism as something that's, well, what it is, not what it's not. I know some people want it to be profound autism, which has got nothing to do with autism. Like, only in passing. Like, someone with profound autism is quite likely to also have things like epilepsy as well. But it's not profound epilepsy. It's, you know what I mean? Plus, autism isn't a cure thing. Although I'm not saying there aren't characteristics or traits or... I was just about to say, imagine if there was a thing you could take that would make you enjoy parties more. That's also a contravention of YouTube's privacy guidelines. Oh, I shouldn't get banned. There is. And it's alcohol, obviously. profound autism is regular autism with accompanying learning because it's not a different kind of autism. Yes. Yes, it is. That's exactly what it is. And the other thing that's kind of really difficult as well, I identify as a profound homosexual. Bravo. I have tears. I have tears. I have tears. I have tears. Congratulations on the profound homosexuality. That's not a sentence I've ever said. Oh, thanks for destroying the stream. No, that was hilarious. That's hilarious, obviously. This is perfect. Thank you, Cosy. Yeah, no worries. Look, like I said, I can behave, but I'm not responsible for this lot. This lot in the chat, I have no responsibility. I have been asked to reinstate my running transcript, and there are other on-screen elements for accessibility and for fun. Yes, they are coming. I've only put like 5 minutes back into it. I had everything set up once. Like my live streams a year ago are kind of better in a way than they are now. Definitely better quality. I had a nice camera instead of a webcam and so on. What are you doing, Polly? Princess Polly of Fluffy Butt Castle. She's scratching a scratching post. Okay. Thank you for finishing. Navin, these whole 2 weeks have been peeling of the onion. What do you mean? Sucks this happening on weekdays. Peeling of the onion. What do you mean? Just be autistic. It's what we've all come to the meeting for. Well, I hope your meeting goes brilliantly. I hope you have the best, most lovely meetup you possibly could. Feel free to tell us about it. Your live streams are magic. Thanks, Marcy. FYI, Marcy, and thanks for your comments on YouTube as well. I wasn't fishing for compliments on my Sunday video, which is what the prevailing comments seem to have been. Thank you all for being so utterly sweet. You're all going to make me cry. But when I was talking about perfectionism and things, it is actually true. I'm rushing to get the videos out, and I want to slow down a bit and whatever. But I'm doing that by kind of cutting back on my other work, so that then allows me more time. So hopefully you won't notice a difference, except things will be better quality. And some things just take a hell of a lot of time. I'm a little bit over halfway on my ABA training now. All of this is just so I can make a YouTube video. And yeah, do you know what? I do just feel like I bit off a little bit more than I can chew, kind of like, groaning through it. But it does look like the BCAB are not going to be able to certify me, because even though I can do a mock examination, I can't do my final examination without a supervisor. So if anybody out there is at I don't want to know if you're an RBT, because I would be an RBT as well. But if any of you out there are supervisors, or you happen to know a neuroaffirming supervisor that's happy to do my supervisions, I don't need you for long. I'm not planning on maintaining the credentials. I'm just saying. Just putting it out there. If you're an ABA practitioner, I don't need to hear from you. I don't need to hear from like a million people. I've heard from so many people, is my point. I've heard from enough. But if you happen to be a higher ranked, a supervisor, then don't call me, email me. Some of you won't know what I'm talking about, but anyway. I was going to look at jumper. Yeah, Amber. This one here, this cat here, Toffel has drawn and is an emoji on the Discord called Jumper Cat. This one here is a Jumper Cat emoji on the Discord. Yes, please, T Fairy. You see no tabbies. I need a Jasper and a Willow. I thought I recognised that cat. Yeah. This one, Toffel's drawn. If you look up, if you go to the emojis, it's called Jumper Cat, I think. Or Sweater Cat, I can't remember. Out here working on ABA detox and demanded acceptance, masking is level of privilege for autistics. Yeah, it is. I'm not sure I would call it privilege, but yes, it is a privilege for sure. I think electing to suppress autistic behaviors, natural autistic behaviors, valid autistic behaviors, means I don't like the word privilege. It's in that respect. It's like, you know, with a privilege, I want to change it from I have to I get to. So it's like, I get to do this. I am special. I get to do this. This is good. This is good for my mental health. And masking is neither any of those things, but it is kind of, you are safer. I guess privilege is the right word. Right, I've got cats everywhere. Yeah, I know people with no mask don't get opportunities for fair treatment. That's true. That's true. That's very, very true. I think autistic people who lack the ability to mask get the worst out of interpersonal contact with other humans. I think, like, for example, I have to close the door now because it's really cold. Hang on. Oh no, I'm tripping over cats. There's cats everywhere. Hydra, the cat. Yeah, I think people would know. There's everyone here. We've got a Karen, we've got a Lucy, we've got a Fluff, we've got a Princess Polly, a Fluffy Butt Castle. There's a Tosca and an Anna and a Saber and a Gibson. Here's Gibson coming in. Polly's brother. Nina did an impromptu. No tabbies though. I asked her for tabbies. And there's no tabbies.
For just a super chatted $2, are there any legal defense orgs for ND folks?
Not sure. Thank you very much for super chat, Fidista. I'm not sure. What I can say for sure is that these resources are going to be compiled. Things will start coming together because they're going to have to. They're gonna have to. Hey, Hydra, you boys. Do you miss them? No. I don't think she cares. I'm messing with you. But like, I wonder if she. I might have to bring Hydra to England. Some of the Dreamies have gotten stuck between the floor, like it's like wooden plank floor, hard floor, and the edge. There's stones on the edge, and she's trying to pick them out, but her paws are too big, and no one else is going to try and pick them out because Hydra's picking them out, but Hydra can't pick them out because her paws are too big. Okay, the super chat volume level has been increased. Brittany, you're right, mate, because I'm one of those autistic adults that doesn't mask. Doesn't mask at all. I never have tried masking without any such. Very great difficulty, yeah. Exactly. Find places you don't need to mask, turn it on in a fun, enjoyable way, says Mr. Rabbit. 100%. 100%. 100%. I think I can speak not for Quinn. I'm going to reiterate what he's already said. Quinn from Autistic. We both had things to say to each other. And we also we recorded a conversation that we just had, just a natural conversation. We just filmed it on our phones. And it's on his channel if you want to see it. And what Quinn was mostly shocked about was how I didn't give a shit about Quinn's words. I don't think he used the word shit. He doesn't swear, does he? But like he says, Quinn said that he was shocked at how easy it was to talk to me and that I didn't care about his autisticness. I don't know what the word is. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm trying to paraphrase a conversation from like 7 months ago. I can't remember. And it's like, well, yeah. Okay, that's not what I took out of this conversation, but sure. We'll have that. Yeah, I'll take it. Because yeah, it's like yeah. Well, yeah, duh. I don't know, you just don't see it. How do I explain? Like, Saber has 3 legs. I don't see him as a 3-legged cat. He's just a cat. Yeah. Okay, that was Nina the Tea Fairy interrupting me there to say thank you for you're gone then. I bought her some licorice and I wrote Nina Baby on it. You're welcome. Bye. She likes licorice. I don't know what to tell you. She loves licorice. I kind of wish it was better masking for any to show masculine. Yeah, I know. And what we also know, what we know from experimentation, is that autistic people, irrespective of masking, have had judgments made against them very, very quickly. This so-called thin slice judgment. It used to be, when I was a kid, it was, you have 5 minutes to make a good impression. So everyone you meet makes up their mind about you in 5 minutes. That was a thing, right? Early 80s, mid 80s, late 80s, you've got 5 minutes to make a good impression. And that's like for interviews or meeting new friends or whatever, 5 minutes. Like fuck, you do not have 5 minutes. You don't even have 5 seconds. The prejudice kicks in a lot quicker than 5 seconds. What are you doing? Oh, you put me tab cats. I have. Oh, not the arsehole. Sorry, everyone. This is Jasper. Jasper is the most gentle giant of a cat. He's lovely. Jasper, look that way. There's nothing for them to look at. It's just like, what a light. Jasper now has no treats. There are a couple. I feel bad now. Yo, Nina, you'll have to chuck some treats in for Jazz. Because I can see one in the floorboards. I'm going to have to go and dig out the treat. I'm really sorry about this, everyone. Anyway. Right here, there's 2 treats there. On. Get them quick. Saber's coming. Okay, he's got them. Just flicked out 2 little treats. Oh, Lucy! Being mean. Yeah, she didn't get any. Or she did earlier. She had loads earlier. Hoovering them up. Oh, my brother's cat is called Jasper. Is Jasper is your brother's Jasper a tab cat like Jasper? Jasper the fallen cat. So yeah, look, the masking thing. People make their judgments pretty fast. And I think a lot of the time we suppress traits because we're concerned about what people think about us. If that makes sense. We're almost masking for ourselves. It's weird. Let me explain. I was on the boat last year because I live on an island. And I came across on the ferry. And I shit you not, there was I'm going to guess now. There was a lady, she was probably in her 60s. Quite tall, thin-ish. I'm not saying she's like super thin or whatever. I'm trying to describe somebody. Long brown hair. Sorry if I'm describing someone that's real and you're being perceived now. I'm really sorry about this. And she had a dress on, which was kind of unusual. A lot of people around here were sort of, well, it's cold. So she had a dress on. And she was spinning around on the upstairs deck of the boat. She was sort of turning around and she was sort of spinning around. And that's unusual, right? Like, you don't fucking do that in public. Of course you do. It's fine. I mean, I do, but like, you don't spin around in public. It's not what people do. It's not cool. You don't do that anymore. Now, let's say she wasn't spinning around. She caught my eye before she started spinning around. Just because she just had an aura of being unusual, if that makes sense. It's hard for me to put a finger on it. But it's thin sliced judgments. People make thin sliced judgments all the time. And, you know, my autism radar was going off. But I'm not saying this person is autistic or whatever. I'm just saying it's very autistic characteristics of somebody that was quite free and open with themselves. Soup. Thank you very much.
Soup super chatted $9.99. I think it's more important than ever for us to speak out. And I'm trying but realizing it's making me more abrasive. Not stopping, but it's a struggle I think a lot of us can relate to. Insights? Cats?
Yeah, dude. Thank you so much for that super chat. It does genuinely make a difference. Especially as I'm working myself towards becoming unemployed. Something I'm quite good at doing, mind. Yeah, absolutely. Well, you've seen me, right? You've seen me being quite rude sometimes. Sometimes I even respond to people in indignation, and it's like, you know, the only thing people can respond to me is, oh, you were rude, you shouldn't be rude, no one's going to listen to you if you're snarky or whatever. And I'm working on it. You're going to have to do the same. For people to take it in better, you kind of have to have those skills. But yeah, it's so fucking what I do is I personally, when someone who's an acquaintance or a friend or whatever, and they say, oh, you don't look autistic. Well, I guess doing this has changed the way that I view things. I don't take it in offense. I'm not leaping to offense. I know that people don't understand stuff. And I take it in the spirit that it's meant. Or if somebody says we're all a little bit autistic, those are the two most common ones. But you don't seem autistic is someone that's closer to me. And by the way, I don't think there's anyone left on this planet who can actually say that to me now, because all the people like family and like close friends, they've all had a chance of saying that now. So I don't think somebody's going to like walk up and go, hey, you don't look autistic to me. You know what I mean? Like that would be really weird. But the you know, we're all a little bit autistic or something like this. It just tells me not what they're saying, not the words that they're saying, but it tells me, you don't know much about autism. What usually happens is a long conversation about autism that they weren't expecting to have that day. That's happened.
Red Geno SU super chatted $10. I have expiring Google credits, so take them, smile.
Thank you, Red Gen. You're unbelievably generous. And expiring Google credits? Google doesn't take like voucher credits and then expire them. That's nuts. If so, they should last forever. Would you like to borrow Jasper? He's very lovely. Yeah, he's a bit much sometimes. He's very lovely. Thank you. I will put your Google credits to good use. Buy another book. Yeah, Jasper is beautiful. So I feel bad. Of all of the cats, Jasper's the one I feel the most conflicted about, because he's really, really loving, and he's very, very big, and it's too much. And sometimes I'm just trying to sleep, and he wants to sleep on my face like this, and I can't cope with it. I can't breathe, and And I don't like breathing in the air that's come out of a cat. It's hard to explain. Okay, that's not a sentence that's been said before. You know, like another person or another animal or something, and you're kind of breathing their air. Sorry. All right, let's move on. Jasper's autistic. Yeah, that's definitely Jasper. Definitely not say that. Jasper's like, fur is not a pleasant filter. No, not the fur. I could breathe through the fur. I don't want to breathe the air to speak through a cat's respiratory system. Or a human's respiratory system. Help me out. Okay, let's move on. I think we need an embroidered piece with that quote. I don't like breathing anything that comes from a cat. Okay, well that's different. Like Larry, for example, is very farty. It's a small combination of tuna and damp. Yeah. It's a combination of tuna and damp. But it's the recycling breath. It's the slightly warmer than ambient. Yeah. Yeah. Even like first aid, vomit, blood, I can deal with these things. Someone else's breath. No, thank you. Sorry, getting on to gross things. Let me bring out the microfiber and the sticky feet. Offset the RFK with right, I've just deleted him now. As in close the tabs. Sorry, I'm not inciting anything. Need secondhand breath I can stand is my fiance's. Oh. Can we do a legal resource project like I don't know what the Autistic Resources Project is, but we can start putting stuff together. We have a channel which Amber is what's the word? It begins with C. Curating of just resources and helpful things. Because look, honestly, the reading list I got post diagnosis, some of the references were out of date, as in like the links, the sources, like some of them were to neuroaffirmative therapists and things, not for me, but I did look them all up, and some of them had retired, and like it was out of date. Even they had an out of date resources list. You know, their reading list was even a bit not wrong, just needed a bit of cleaning up and bringing up to date. Is there a way I can know when you're going to do a live stream? There is. Every single week on Tuesday at this time. See you next week. It sounds a bit dismissive, doesn't it? See you next Tuesday. Snipes, please stop attacking things. He has to push things. Saber is constantly... Okay, scratch the book. Yeah. This book has just been scratched by Saber. Oh, I haven't done the reason I jump yet. Oh, I'm so behind on Tea and Tails. I'm sorry. We're going to have a Tea and Tails sesh at some point and just blast through them all. But Tea and Tails, the reason I jump, there's the Japanese non-speaking autistic, where he's not a lad anymore. He's like a grown-ass man. But like, there's a picture of him as a child on the front of the book, and Saber has scratched him to bits. It's not, there's no meaning behind the scratches, because obviously someone's going to get the book. I don't want you to think that I'm sitting here scratching out people's faces. It's Saber. All the books are brand new. They've just been pre-loved by a cat. If anyone's anxious and we're thinking about changing our plans to head the opposite way, I don't know the details, obviously, but I do know the wide strokes. And I would say, if you head, you know, away from obvious trouble rather than towards it, but that doesn't mean that everything's going to be difficult, you know. We could say autographed by Saber. I just don't want anyone to think there's no hidden messages in there. It's just Saber has really scratched up the Reason I Jump book. He has chewed it and scratched it. And it's a brand new book. I mean, I only bought it to give away. I have copies on Kindle because I like to read on Kindle. And yeah, and that's the only reason I'm buying the physical books. And obviously something to film as well. I can film the book. The Reason I Jump was turned into a movie. Yeah, in fact, The Reason I Jump was actually the book was. There's a guy called David Mitchell, an author, who helped put it all together and translate it and so on. And it's not the David Mitchell, as in, you know, the national treasure of the UK. He's a different David Mitchell. I was kind of disappointed by that. I wanted it to be the David Mitchell. Can anyone let us know if Saber is sending secret codes? Send help. Send help. Saber's claiming them at some point in the future will require you to return them. Confused applications, yeah. Makes sense. As I said, I thought David Mitchell helped to translate. I thought he speaks English. Yeah, yeah. Like, what's Cloud Atlas? I have to look that up. Yeah, Saber could probably write an autobiography. He's quite a smart cat. Oops. Up? No, no, up. Cloud Atlas is amazing. Okay, what is this Cloud Atlas? I'm going to look it up. Ooh, 2012 sci-fi mystery. Based on a novel by David Mitchell, not the David Mitchell, the David Mitchell. Oh, I won't look up the plot. Tom Hanks is in it. And Halle Berry. Okay. And okay, right, it's loads of people. All right, cool. Well, I've looked it up now, so I will definitely go and have a little play of. I jumped a lot when I went to the Moomin shop. What Moomin shop? How do you not know about Cloud Atlas, Mike? I don't think I've ever heard of Cloud Atlas. So yeah, watching Cloud Atlas is on the list. Metal Pig for organizing crowdfunding is powerful tool for online persons. Some these need to figure out to do it in person. A lot can change in the US. Yeah, London's 2 Moomin shops. Right, I'm going to do a quick 2-minute run because I want to wash my hands and get myself a fresh cup of tea. I drink a lot of tea. I'll see you in 2 minutes. Same drill as before. Golden things. See you in a minute.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Mount Laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden. Golden, golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden. I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. at the river by my son. Feet step over splinters of the moon. Golden, I follow only golden, golden, golden.
Am I late, by the way? I'm waiting for the timer.
Gold birds, gold string, gold words, gold anything, golden.
Oh, sorry. It's on a loop, just in case. I apologize. I'm sorry. So I'm like, I think I'm late.
I follow only golden, golden, golden things.
If my lighting was a bit different, it's because Anna is leaning up against it, creating a bigger Anna shadow. Ashley, it is. I think the time probably did go off because the song is longer than 2 minutes. Next time I'm in London, I'm going to go and look for Moomins. Pay the late tax. What is the late tax? What is the late fee? Lizzie, I'm wondering if my homeschooler knows that Steam lets me know she's playing Sims instead of watching that documentary on ancient Greece. What I would say, honestly, what I would say is don't let her know. Because once you've done that, she knows. Does that make sense? Like, once the cat's out of the bag, as they say. Moomin London AutisticAF meetup. Yeah, we could do that. London's kind of busy, but honestly, on the other hand, Moomins. And London is easy to get to, is it? I think we definitely need to do an AutisticAF meetup. We need to do an organized meetup. The ears fulfill the tax. I thought so too, Mercy. London is stressful, but Moomins. London's a good trip for us. We're very, very close. Okay. Maybe the first AutisticAF meetup is in London then. Port St. Mary's easy to get to. Tis true. Second in Denver. You know what? I actually legit have always wanted to visit Denver. Okay, which cat's playing with the door? Saber is. Saber was out. Saber wanted to come in. Saber can operate doors. He can operate doors. He can open drawers. He's a pretty smart cat. Except for things that he thinks contain cat treats that don't contain cat treats, and he destroys them. And then goes, ah, never mind. Hello, I'm literally watching one of your videos.
Tudor Bell Little Cogs super chatted $2.67. Got therapist who may supervise you. I'll email later.
Ooh. How exciting. Full disclosure, We might want to let them know who I am, as it were, just in case they don't want to, and I would understand that. But yeah, that would be cool. I would love to explore that conversation. Thank you. No, I would love to. Oh, and thank you for the super chat, I should say. Thank you as well. Thank you all for the super chats today. Holy crap. I'm going to be going to a cafe tomorrow. Yeah, Denver is somewhere I would love to visit. It's literally on my list. It is properly on my list. Totally should do Denver. I have been to California. I have been to Florida. Nowhere else in the US. Oh, that little village on the Canadian border. I've been there. I don't travel much at the minute. But yeah, no, I'd love to visit Colorado. A good friend, lovely human, please don't share info. No, of course not. Everything is private. Thank you very much. Feel free to let her know who I am. Just full disclosure. And I'm trying to be balanced, but how did you open that? Oh, you can. Oh, Bruce, come here, Bruce. This is Bruce, everyone. He's got 3 legs too, but that's okay. He's currently wearing a catnip collar. And he's very good. Bruce, look. Bear. Love him. One of my friends calls him Pirate Cat because he's got a hole in his ear. He's got a piercing for a. There you go. Good boy, Boos. But yeah, if anyone else has APA supervisors that can possibly, I'd love to have a little conversation. It's purely optional. I aim to do the exam anyway. But it would be good. I think there's a real possibility that once my video goes live, the BCABA will strike me off anyway. I have tried to reach them to have a conversation, but I don't think they're interested in that. They'll be interested when the video goes live, though. Goose. It's not a threat, it's just... What was the name of his other eye? Oh, we had a one-eyed cat named Captain Hook. Oh, Captain Hook is amazing. Oh, but Vinci, the exam it's a Pearson VUE exam, which means that you can do it at any of the approved examination centres, and the college here on the Isle of Man can administer the exam. Hey, look, I mean, it's YouTube content, right? Oh, Anna Ferret is literally right there sitting on this. It's a color changing light down there. Can you see on my hand and my shirt? I'm sorry, my sweater. Anna Ferret is literally... Let me pick her up. She's awake now. Oh my God. I know why she's sleeping on the light. It's so hot. This is Anna Ferret. She's the smallest of Hydra's little kittens. Weren't sure she would survive. Yes, she survived. jumped. Like she's as soon as I picked her up, I knew exactly what was going on. She's she's in a solarium. She's literally bathing in front of the LEDs. And she was hot. I mean, that light, I think it's okay. It's got big heat sinks on it. It does get warm. I think it's 60 watts or something. Yeah, but she is. What are you doing? Yeah, you blinky too, yeah. She's on the ground. And she was really hot on one side. She was hot on one side and cold on the other. She's developing a thermal potential across her body. She's more of a brick now than a ferret. She was one of Hydra's, she was Hydra's smallest baby and struggled to, feed from Hydra and so on. She's one of 8, very small. And as she grew up and became an older kitten, she became sort of really, really long and live. And she became a ferret, basically. It was just like a long thing. She'd like run into tubes and then, head out one end and tail out the other end. And yeah, she's really healthy. Yeah, she's literally like, she's a rectangle now. She's the same shape as Polly, who is brick shaped. And then when I sort of like, if I hold her up, she'd like run down my hands like a ferret. She still has a bit of that going on, but she's Anna the brick now. She's a brick. Hello, Jasper. Yes, you too. I love it when Presto's a great name for a cat. Is it Presto from Dungeons and Dragons? Presto is warm from sitting in the sun. Oh. Miss Pat Van Driver Lady, welcome. I'm continuing to experiment with my loops. They definitely seem to be most useful for loud, busy environments. Yeah, loops are good. Which ones did you go for? Did you go for the quiet ones? Or the engage, or maybe even the switch? I didn't put the switch in my ears. But they were nice to play with. They were a nice little stim toy. Click, click, click. But the loop quiets were really, really nice because they were soft. Like earplugs are soft. Whereas I found that the loop engages had the hard plastic, which meant you can't lie down. Well, you can lie down with them on, but Presto's the name of the transit fare card in a couple of Canadian cities. Ah, okay. It's a good name for a transit card. Yeah, well, she's basically like heat powered. Want to get noise cancelling earplugs. I really, 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 really like, not sponsored, my Apple AirPods. They've even survived going through the washing machine a few times. But Find My doesn't work anymore, so I can't find them. But they do still work, and they're very, very clean. Yeah, they're great. The active noise cancellation is brilliant. But if you're somewhere where you can't really wear them, I'll give you an example. There was a family meal out, extended family meal out, kids, noisy, blah, 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 in a noisy pub recently. And, I couldn't put my AirPods in because it would have just made a scene. I could have done. I don't know if I would call it unmasking to do so, but I could have put my AirPods in. But yeah. AirPods would have just, people, what are you listening to? Just nonsense. So, but if I had loops in, no one would have probably even noticed. So there is that. So loops are really good. There is a place for passive noise cancellation, discrete. Flare is really discrete, but then the flip side to flare, for me, how do you not lose them, is my point. My flares kept falling out. I bought 2 types of flares and they just kept falling out. And they have a whole range. They also become passive noise cancelling because they've got inserts as well. And there's a whole accessory thing with both brands. But I found that flares, I guess I don't really have the misophonia that a lot of people have with certain frequencies. I do hear the electrical noise. I do hear the buzzing of overhead lights. I do hear, annoying computer sort of electronic sounds. I do hear fish tank filter when no one else can hear fish tank filter. But I wouldn't say I have misophonia. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. There are certain sounds that I really hate. But then again, as Nina will happily say, I am that guy. I am the noisy one that sets people off. So, I don't know. But I don't think Flare can deal with all of that. I mean, it can for some people, didn't for me. Flares don't have fallen out. Good. Mine have. And once they're on the floor, you don't want to put them back in your ears again without cleaning them properly. So, to be fair, I did lose a loop once. I was sleeping in it. Anne-Marie. That's a really good hot take. I wonder if autistic people have less noise-induced deafness because we protect from loud noise. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, hell, that's cool, interesting research, is it not? I don't know that it has an effect, as it were, like a generalizable effect, like, like the whole wear sunscreen thing. Like, everyone should just wear sunscreen. Like, if you're out, protect your skin. But then hearing protection, people should be using that too anyway. Neurotypical humans alike, And yet you have clicky keyboard. Harriet, it's clicky, but it's like less clicky than clicky. So it is clicky, mechanical, but it is quieter. They're Holy Panda switches. So if any of you are keyboard nerds, they're like Cherry MX Browns. Holy Panda. But yeah, it would piss me off if somebody were hitting that next to me. Yeah, it would. I mean, I'm not lying. One thing that really gets me, especially in offices, is the sound of people clicking mice. It's because it's not predictable sound, and it's just this intermittent clicky clacking. It just sends me into a spin. So I replaced my mouse, by the way. This is not the mouse I had last week. It's the new mouse. It's exactly the same as the old one. And I like them because it's kind of quiet. Look. Hear that? There is a noise, but yeah, a lot better. It's also kind of better on my joints as well. I've got carpal tunnel issues and some joint problems now, slowly developing. I had a scary scuba dive, like it was a couple of years ago now. And I was in the sea and I closed my hands because they were cold. And like my index finger is stuck and it wouldn't close. And I'm like, what is going on? And I'm like, okay, brain, hands open, brain, hands closed. And my index finger's still pointing. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And so I just grabbed my hand and I'm like, this is going to hurt. And it didn't hurt, but it was like, oh, that's weird. MX Master 3S is exactly what that is. You coming around? Okay. P2, join the Patreon. Awesome to see you unscripted. Recognize myself. I swear I feel, John. Well, you're going to fit in just great. Pito, get onto the scratching post, the Discord. You have to open up a web browser, not on a mobile device. Patreon need to fix this. And then you need to go to settings, and it's in there. That's the option. You can redeem your Discord invitation. Connect over to Discord and come say hi to all the amazing AutisticAFs there. I'm not joking. Well, I would say that, wouldn't I? So, like, why would you believe me? But like, the community here has literally changed my life. Like, that sounds really wanky. But you have. I wasn't even aware. Do you know something? I had a therapy session after my autism diagnosis. It was kind of a package deal, you know. You got the therapy session regardless of outcome. And I thought that was very sensible. So I had this therapy session, and you know, I was just asking, like, what is the autism community? What the hell is stimming? Like, you know what I mean? I had so many questions. I didn't get much. My psychologist kind of said to avoid places aimed at parents of autistic children, but I didn't understand why. Surely parents of autistic kids must want what's best for their kids, right? Right? Surely parents of autistic children, that's the best place to go for advice. Surely. Reader? It's not. It's not. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess what I'm trying to say is the community here, and it doesn't have to necessarily be on my Patreon. Welcome, obviously, and thank you. And but even on YouTube here, and YouTube more widely as well. The other autistic creators are great. Sorry for hitting that thing. If you heard a noise, sorry. Autism Speaks Warrior Mom, absolutely ruined my parenting I found. Yeah, I hear from them. You know, they do comment. Every time I look at my YouTube comment section, I always go, "Are they here?" Yeah, they are. And sometimes they, I think they try to be nice by saying how, like, amazingly talented and wonderful I am, and obviously everything's wonderful. You know, because they've seen an edited version of me. To create a 20-minute video takes about 20 hours of work. Lighting, shotgun mic mounted to the ceiling. I've got like sound treatment on the room now to try and make the sound a bit better, and then lens, microphone. I've got a monitor on top of my camera so I can see myself, just to make sure I'm, you know, actually recording. Sometimes I'm not even recording. And then I end up with some sort of autism mom going, "Well, you're so cool, but my kid couldn't do that." And then it makes me think, well, I literally didn't speak. I was very speech delayed because I was delayed in a few different areas. But I make up for it now. I more than make up for it, I think. I think I've spoken quite a bit. And I'm not saying that speech is like the be all and end all, but it kind of is in some respects. Like, I'm aware that being able to argue a point is so important in neurotypical world. And I'm aware now that, you know, you don't point things out and when to point things out. I know so much now that I wish I could just go back in time and just tell like 10-year-old me. Like, literally, I wouldn't be here on YouTube. I'd be like, if I could time travel, I'd be like, I would write the mother of all books. I would be like, right, do this. Don't do that. No. Don't stay quiet either, because that's weird too. The other thing I hear a lot of, hey, AutisticAF, cool username. Welcome. The other thing, which is worth pointing out, is that there's an awful lot of, well, my kid had a vaccine and there's an awful lot of, well, after exposing my kid to 40 hours a week for 4 years of ABA therapy, they can now tie their shoelaces. So there. And there's an awful lot of like, what part about developmental trajectories did you not get? You know, kids learn, kids grow up. And there's an awful lot of comments about, oh, this masking thing is nonsense and blah, blah, blah. And people haven't got any fucking idea. Yeah, people just have no fucking clue. I don't even know what would convince them. I don't even know what evidence is required, because it would always be something that's not quite right, you know, from a personal story. Like, if you go and say to somebody, my autism burnout video, which is only like 5 minutes long and it's got a Coldplay song in it, and it's well worth your time watching because it's really, really short. I made it short on purpose. Explains a lot of this, and also it has a lot of footage in it from the time. It's very contemporary. I actually was filming a lot. And I'm really glad I did, because I can use it in a YouTube video now. But like, I have a lot of footage. What you don't see in my video is my actual burnout, and my family and friends getting worried about me, and people thinking that I was depressed, and I wasn't depressed. I wasn't depressed at all. I started off reading a book written by a female author about her late identification of autism. And the entire fucking book, minus the fact that she was into martial arts and I'm not, but the entire fucking book could have been written about me. The whole book. Like, I'm like, holy shit. This is I think she was American, but I don't know. I didn't think that really mattered. But like, she's like from a different culture to me. She's, you know, obviously like a woman and I'm not a woman. But every one of her experiences is my experience. And it's like, holy shit. I got the book on Amazon on Kindle, and, you know, I read fast, and this is a book that I read slowly, and I was in fucking tears. Oh my God, I was just in fucking tears. And I tried keeping it all a secret, and while I'm just like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? And I booked myself an autism assessment, and a lot of the forms were like, why do you want an autism assessment? And at the time I didn't know. I just knew that I needed to get on a wait list, because there were fucking waiting lists. As soon as I realized there were waiting lists, I got myself on them as fast as I bloody could. And I just threw myself into swallowing as much autism content as I possibly could and learning everything. And how do you tell that story or show that to people? How do I show people that I'm actually a really skilled software engineer, and I've done some really high profile projects, and I couldn't focus on anything for hours, days, weeks, months. How do I, without somebody saying, nah, you don't, that's rubbish, that's not true, you're making it up for internet points. How do I prove it? How do I prove it? Now, I'm obviously I am reasonably private, obviously, because I have to be for my personal life and safety and the privacy of people who are real in this world. But I'm not an unknown person, and how do I prove it? I can, and I will, bring some people on who will go, yeah, that's what happened to Mike. That's what he was like. This is what I said to him. This is what he said to me. Okay. How do I get Autism Mum to watch it? How do I explain to people that I'm not being lazy and I'm being fucking serious, and I've got financial concerns now, because now I've got financial problems because I'm not able to actually do my job, which is self-employed software engineer. How do I? So I put all of this shit together, and I'll turn it into a story, and I'll make the video, and I'll put it out on YouTube. And then people autism mums are going to come along and go, you're not like my kid. My kid can't. I'm sorry about the accent. I'm trying to differentiate it from my own voice. My kid can't do this. He can't do that. You know, blah, blah. That's real autism. That's profound. And you're not profound because you've been successful. And it's like, don't you understand? I'm not saying that the fact that I've never been able to I've never had a full-time job like my whole career. And I've never, I've had difficulties and struggles and relationship problems. And I know I can't just say, oh, poor me, I'm the poor disabled man, and a flag that I've never had to use in my life to date. And now I have it. And now I can go, ooh, poor me. And sometimes I go, shit. Oh, no. That makes sense now. And sometimes it's me. Sometimes I'm the problem, it's me. And it's like, shit. Fuck. And I'm constantly replaying these things in my head. And now it's okay because I make YouTube videos about it. but that's not helpful. That prevarication is not helpful. So how do I convince that demographic and also not to write their children off and not to put them through trauma-inducing therapies with a little t that would give them more problems. So they'll have the same shit that I went through, and then they'll have the additional PTSD on top to deal with. And then, you know, how do we make that work, right? So that's the difficulty, right? So I try to, because obviously it's part of my communication. I'm trying to, I don't know, I guess, show my credentials. And I'm trying to say, like, why should you watch my video? Why should you listen to me? Why should you? Well, this is why. And I evidence it. Okay? But what would have happened in the past is I would have had a period of burnout. It may have become depression. It may not. It wasn't depression, by the way. None of this was depression. None of this was depression. Not a fucking dot of depression. This particular thing was not depression at all. It was very much like, holy shit, this is real. It was exhilarating. It was almost like, you know, some of you will know, some of you won't. But that feeling of being in like a new relationship, that kind of honeymoon phase, those kind of like wild emotions and that feeling of potential, and you start thinking about where your life's going to go. You sort of apply that backwards and go, oh shit. And you start looking backwards at where your life has been and why. And some things become very clear that were confusing before. Option 1, Mike's autistic. Yeah, option 2, Mike is an incredible actor. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I'm trying. That's it. But it's like, how does one demonstrate burnout? Respect to creators that film themselves having meltdowns. I mean, holy shit, I couldn't imagine a worse thing. I just want to hide and run away. Like, what the fuck? Bringing this with me is not what I want to do. Burnout. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to set this up on a tripod. Never say never, but and you know, respect to anyone that has or could. But I don't have the capacity to do that. I didn't have the capacity to do anything. Some people call it skill regression. I don't like the term. I don't know why right now. We'll get to it. But that's okay. Hopefully that gives you all some food for thought, hey? Instead of finding answers in Jesus, I found answers in ADHD. Oh, Yannick, if you film yourself having a meltdown, you're acting. Well, here's another thing. What if you are and can? And let me rephrase it. Let me rephrase it, right? I don't ever think I could ever do that, right? But I'm just saying, right? I'm used to filming myself now. It's no longer a barrier. I used to, Yannick, you know, you've been there since the start. Like, it's awkward talking into a camera, and you know now, doing your own channel, you know now, talking to a camera is incredibly difficult. Like, talking to this, guys, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, talking to here, that's what, and it's like, it's incredibly difficult and weird, but you get used to it, and then it's not a problem anymore. It's like completely natural. It's like normal. It's not a problem. I don't see them anymore. I see all of you guys when I'm doing my show, or I put my C-flat flap up there and then I talk to the C-flat flap, which is what I did for my first 50 or 60 videos. I talked to the C-flat flap. You know, that's kind of the point, because when you, I can see now, because I was pretty judgmental, looking at like TikTok and stuff, and you see younger people. Do you know what I'm trying to say? You see like Gen Z, or Gen Alpha, and you see them, and you see them, acting weird on TikTok. It's all weird on TikTok, all of it, 100% of it. Some of it's generational, right? I never thought I'd ever get to the point of being the old fart, but I don't understand what a lot of the kids are doing nowadays. So I'm just like looking down here, and it's like, right, go. And I thought, oh, some of these people looking a bit depressed, looking a bit sad. Oh, they're making it up. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. But I never think now, oh, you've had to gone to the trouble of setting up a camera, because maybe they have a camera set up. There's another one of these over there. Just to reduce the friction, because otherwise it's broken, by the way. I dropped it. That's why it lives on a stick now. But it's interesting, right? So, I kind of want people to understand that. And then also the other category of comment, and I know I'm running on, but just bear with me. The other category of people, right, are people that go, yeah, but that's just normal. That's just people. That's just human. And it's like, yeah, it is. It's normal. Everybody, like, it's like, how do I explain it? Everybody poos, okay? Everybody pushes a poo out of their buttholes, right? Pretty much, unless you have Crohn's in a colostomy bag. But like, basically, even then, everyone is pooing, right? In one way or another, right? And what I'm trying to say is, yes, autistic people poo too, but autistic people might find it more difficult because of XYZ reasons. And then people go, oh no, everybody poos, not just autistic people. Everybody poos. You're just talking about normal people. And it's like, yeah, I'm talking about normal people, but not fucking aliens. It blows my mind. You know what I'm trying to say? Oh, Beth H is still here. I'm really sorry about that. I'm very sorry. Oh, if I've just ruined your meeting with poo. But yeah. But yeah, basically, it's so, a lot of the objections, I do see a lot of the objections, and obviously I'm minded to categorize them. They all look the same to me, and they come out in different blobs, like poo does. There's a Bristol stool chart, but for troll comments on YouTube. It's not trolls, actually. I think a lot of these people are genuine, and they care about their kids, and they think that somebody like me is taking resources or attention away from their children. I'm really not. I mean, go and whinge at Netflix or something, or anything else that might, the lunar eclipse takes attention away from their kids. I don't know I don't know what I should be doing. I should just go away because I'm taking attention away from a child. Maybe a role model for the children. I don't know. Maybe I'll give them a poo echolalia. maybe everyone farts too. Exactly, Leslie. Everyone farts, except for Disney princesses. But a stool chart cake. Yeah, stool chart cake. I've seen one of them. Allergy. Also, if we intolerance needs more food. Yeah, and I just, it's like, autistic traits are human traits. There's, I suppose, you know, if you want to really like dumb it down, right, then autistic traits are human traits, but with errant gain dials, you know, turned up or down in different respects. But it's not just a sensory thing, but you know, my DSM video ruffled a few feathers. Some people said it's like I paraphrase them, that it's like a horoscope, and I've basically like, you know, made something that's so generic it appeals to everyone. But I don't think they would listen to the video. But they can take it that way if they want to. Down syndrome, autism, ADHD. It's a lot. Tracy K, did you join at the poo time? You joined during the poo. Let me do another one for you. Another real quick one. When I met up with Quinn, it was kind of weird. I actually texted him and said, you're in the wrong hotel lobby, because we'd agreed to meet in a hotel lobby. Dark, quiet. Okay. And I'm like, you're not here. One of us has got the wrong place. And I walked to the thing. And he was sort of hiding in the shadows. Terry Pratchett in the dark. But it was really weird to see him in 3D, and I'm like, oh my god, it's sorry, I didn't mean to, you know, I didn't mean to frighten you. It's you in 3D. How does that happen? And it's really easy to kind of go, when you see a sort of pixelated version of someone, and then you think, you kind of make up stuff about them almost. It's kind of human trait, right? Like all of our phobias come from this kind of, you know, desire to kind of do that, which is kind of weird. Because ironically, the autism moms and the, I don't know what you would call it, neurodivergent community, I guess, in general, big umbrella, have a lot in common. You know, we want the same things, actually. What the fuck? We found poo. There's a fair few people popping on the stream this evening, on the chat. Anyway, where was I? Sorry, I'm trying to read the chat. Now I have to read it here. This is where I can scroll. It's like doom scrolling, but I'm scrolling up rather than down. I posit, without autism, humans would never have had fire. Yeah, I like to have these thoughts as well. There are some interesting ones. Where I struggle with it is when people say Einstein had autism, or, you know, Newton had autism, you know, that sort of thing. Because it's like, but the diagnostic criteria, I mean, you know, I would like to say they probably did in respect that of their thinking and writing styles. But we don't know. Doogie, was it a good 13 or 14 hours in bed, or are you massively dehydrated and it was terrible? You need to go drink something. We'll be ND and ND parents. Totally we can. 100%. Yeah, damn straight. Thank you very much for your support, Lorix. I want to say they did kind of bother me at first when I was clearly from time to time I don't know, but you know, there's nothing, and then 10 of them all right at the same time within about the space of 5 minutes. That will definitely get my attention. And they're all saying the same thing. And it's like, okay, I've been shared in a Facebook group somewhere. Someone shared one of my videos and said, go here and tell him what for. I find that funny now. I don't, you know, at start, I'm like, holy shit, what have I done? They're going to come for me with their puzzle pieces. And their books on parenting errant children. They're going to be attacking me with... I keep expecting myself that noise sensitivity, attention to detail has been useful for hunting. Go and look at... sadly, he died. He can't come on Tea and Tales. Steve Silberman's Neurotribes. It's a fantastic book. I haven't finished it. I have the audiobook and it starts brilliantly. The first few hours are great. Then it starts to get a little bit deep into some stories and I've kind of lost it there. But yeah, Neurotribes, especially the first 5 hours or so. It's a literal magnum opus on autism history and culture. A good read, a brilliant audiobook as well. I'll browsing the autism section bookshop. Phil Holland, definitely pick that book up if you can. It's well worth it. These warrior mums actually like RFK Jr. Moonpel, some of them do, yeah. Yeah, some of them do. There is... I don't want to bore you all by saying the same stuff over and over and over again. Sorry about that. I don't want to bore you all by saying the same stuff over and over again. But there are... I just did, didn't I? I just said the same thing over and over. I just said the same thing. Okay. There are some who are making content, videos, usually with their autistic family member, saying, I'd like to know what happened and why they're like this. I don't really think I want to respond to that. I don't think it's useful. Low effort content, but you know. Hey Jasper. These live streams are the most wholesome thing in the world. Nice. These live streams are the most wholesome thing in the world while we talk about poo and it could have been me, Bavinci. It's a perk of my Patreon, on the lowest tier, in fact. Muddy, yeah, I am. I feel bad for my friends. Welcome, by the way. I'm encouraged to get diagnosed. I feel sorry for my friends with autistic kids. Okay. Yeah, Jasper, thank you. Jasper, I don't want butthole. Don't want bum. Thank you. Yep, please take your bum away. I have low tier autism. I have high tier autism. I've got a million thoughts. And one of those thoughts is we're going to be doing a private stream in a moment. You have to party. TKD, welcome back and nice to see you again. And yes, I'm sorry to say. It appears so. Not that I didn't believe anyone. Not that I didn't believe anyone, but... Yeah. Yeah, I'm sighing a lot. I will put out a community poll and ask how much response to RFK do people want from me. Belle, I don't know if there's a stream broke. It could be me. We could, you know, like, I don't want you to kind of like tune in and see a video from me and it's like, it's another RFK one and you will get like bored. I don't want to like depress people or anything. Jasper's dribbled on the desk. Oh. My cat salvaged Gypsy voice talk. It is important to respond, and I have done, but yeah. What is the balance? I think what I might do. I think what I might, other than giving this a little wipe and making myself a sandwich, not at the same time, is you felt relieved and consecrated, started saying stuff for RFK. Good Tracy. I haven't seen anyone else's response to it actually. You guys just do RFK memes to be the guy. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. This is what we're going to do. Metal Pig suggestion. RFK memes into the Feral Memes channel on Discord and we'll do a meme review. I think the last meme video was like 7 or 8 videos ago and I think we're well overdue. Like, I don't know if you know this, but like listening to a lot of RFK stuff does make me want to smash my face on the wall. That's not an autism stim, by the way. That's just, I'll do RFK, but meme it. Like, it might even be a bonus video. Like, it doesn't even need to be a main one. Just let's just go. A talk like just. What I'm trying to say is, I'm watching. I do watch all of the RFK stuff. Okay, all of it, including his Senate nomination hearing, the whole thing. And I'm taking notes. I've got pages of notes, and yeah, I'm doing it for content. Yes, I know, and it's true. Thank you, patrons. Yeah, you know, I am working and doing it. I can kind of allocate it in my brain like that. But I would rather be doing something else. Just listening to it makes me want to rip my, it's horrible. I've got this thing where I pinch the skin on the back of my neck like this. And I can literally just be doing this all night long, watching bloody RFK stuff. And then I end up with like a mark on my neck. I think partly the problem is, and the reason why I did the walk thing is not just because it was easier for me to do in terms of editing and so on. Sorry for fucking up the edit. But I could just write some notes and then just like talk and walk. It helps with thinking. I pace when I'm walking, you know, anyway. The sheep. But anyway, yeah, I just have like listening to his voice. He sounds like a Sith Lord. He sounds like a Disney villain. Does anyone not? Is it just me? Am I being rude by mentioning it? I don't want to shame a physical disability. I'm just saying it's like, what timeline is this? You don't have to. I think we need different. I think we need different in some way. There can be pressure to speak out and know 100% things going on, but you don't have to speak yourself through it all the time. True. And I massively value people telling me what's going on because I'm not looking for it, if that makes sense. So when you guys post links, particularly in the Autism News Discord, because I check that every day. And then when there's a new thing, that's where I learn most of my new things from. And then occasionally DMs and emails and whatnot. Yeah, you guys can be eyes and ears. And if it's super interesting, I go a bit deep into it. I'm definitely going to be looking into this bloody autism registry. Like, you can assume I'm going to do that because I am going to do it. I'm 100% looking into his damn registry and where he's all this research. I can promise you this, everybody. I can promise you this. Every piece of fucking research, good or bad, I don't know. I am biased against it. I'll be honest. I'm biased against it. I'm biased against the people he's using or has used and cited in his Senate hearing, nomination hearing. That was just awful. His claim about autism rates going up was based on billing receipts for Medicare in Florida for a database that they could access only partially before they got locked out of it by somebody who's got a long history of anti-vax, quote unquote, research propaganda. I will be all over it. I will 100%. I've looked at going after it with the ACLU. Good luck, ACLU. I don't know. Good luck. Yeah. Good luck at everyone in the US. And I'm not being dismissive. I'm 100% gonna read them all. Okay. I promise you, every study will be read. Every single fucking one. Not by AI, by me. And we'll talk about it. I'll get the predominant stuff out. And I know that, yeah, I'm doing it for a living now, but I'd rather it was on something else. I actually have a couple of really cool projects on the go, which are not going to come to fruition for like a year or so. Best part of a year. It's not a book. And there's some really interesting stuff that I'm working on. Yeah, next project after ABA, Leslie, exactly. I want the ABA thing out of the way. This is the longest maybe anyone has spent like plugging away at a YouTube video, and it's painful. It literally hurts. I'm not saying everything I'm learning is bad and evil. It's not. It really isn't. But there's, a disconnect. Yeah, I appreciate your support, Marcy. I do. I'm just reading the comments, making sure I haven't missed anything. Disney villain check. Yep. He's like a really shitty Sith Lord. Yep. Cartoon Sith Lord. Yeah. Hello, Connor. Mike suggestions about from it. Yes, ingesting it all. Yeah. Soup. I literally don't follow the news. For my own sanity, I've had to stop. I used to have even Sky News on all the time. And I've had to stop for my own sanity. But I do quite like it when you guys share articles with me, because it's meant I haven't had to go looking for them. So when it comes to planning YouTube content, it's massively helpful actually, because then I can look at what you've sent and go, okay, this would work in a story. Okay, I could do that maybe this week. Okay, no, maybe next week because I'm doing this thing this week. And I can just go, right, cool, I'll get that done. As opposed to just sort of sitting there with the news tab open, reading about just sad stuff. It really helps. So just like, don't change anyone. Just keep doing what you're doing. From my perspective. Thank you so much. Lorax, let me know how we can help. Yeah, that. Yeah, literally find me the articles and lob them my way. There are times when I just sit down and I go through everything. Usually on a Thursday, I'm going, right, what's happening this Sunday? And I'm starting to pull stuff together. the first place I go is the Discord, and I also look at my DMs and emails. Michael was in the field. Ah, shame. You're not a supervisor then. I need a supervisor. My YouTube video, right. My YouTube video on ABA will work even if I don't have a supervisor. The only difference is that I won't be an actual certified RBT. That's the only difference. Everything else is exactly the same. All of the prerequisites will be met. All of the training will be done. The exam will be done. I just won't be an RBT unless I have an actual BCAB supervisor going stamp. I don't need anyone to supervise my 5% hours because I'm not going to do them. Rick a Dick, I just came over from Neil. Oh, cool. Hopefully he's doing well. Yeah, I'm trying to get the certification, but I don't need the certification, but I do, yeah, send me news articles, and don't worry, other people have sent them. If you're in the Discord, that's great. If you're not, you can still send them to me by email or DM on Instagram is quite good. I check every Thursday, usually every Thursday, and I'll start putting things together. Like, for example, when I did my last RFK video, quite a few of you had sent me the same articles, you know, from different sources, but the same sort of articles. And it's like, okay, I see this bubbling up now. Like within an hour of it happening and stuff. Great. I also want to make stuff that I know you guys will watch, because annoyingly, if you guys who have subscribed and watch my channel don't actually watch the videos I put out, then YouTube goes, "Ah, that shit then," and doesn't show it to anyone. So it kind of has to appeal to you guys as well as anyone else that I'm making it for. So yeah. That's it. You need my tower system. Yeah, Leslie, I'm still busy with software development. Unfortunately, Soup, I'm getting the vibe that they think I'm a mole, or some of the people I've contacted. I contacted Kaylin Partlow. If anyone knows Kaylin, and you want to just remind her to just get in touch if she's got the capacity to do so, that'd be great. I'd love to speak to Kaylin about some of the things that she said on her content. It's called a challenge in the nicest possible way, in the kindest, nicest possible way. If I get certified, it will be valid for a short period of time. I don't need it to be. It sounds ridiculous, but I feel like it would be a better hook for the video if people knew what I'd done and it actually checked out. That would be much better than going all the way and not getting the certification. I kind of know Partlow. Yeah, cool. Say hi to Partlow from me, from AutisticAF. I'd like to talk to her about her work with ABA at the Hope Project. It's not... Jansen, Kaylin, not going to talk to you about this. I know. Muddy Huddy, I'll be getting a Patreon membership. Yay! Lovely, thank you so much. I hope you have a lovely time on the Discord and with all the extra content. Barvinci, you too. Thank you so much. Like, I'm sure Toffel tells you what's happening. But yeah, it's lovely. You'd enjoy the vibe. I would like to. I'll happily have a private conversation with Kaylin, and I won't even mention what we've talked about. I can keep that private. I don't even need to. It's not like for content. It's just for human. I would like to have a little chat. It doesn't even need to be a chat. It can be a text message. It could even be like really small little email and then one small email back. I don't like I don't want to be that guy that says Kaylin is young. That is an awful thing to say. But I kind of want to be that guy that says that. I do. Connor, if you're an autism rights advocate and she's an autism, that's an ABA tech, you might want to risk her. That's true, Connor. Although I would also be an ABA tech. Dun, dun, dun. Belle, I feel like it might be a matter of if you're not going to be an ABA therapist, then why am I wasting my time? Yes, I think so. Hence, I can be an ABA therapist too. Dum dum dum. Can all be ABA therapists together. Like I have to give that. I have to have a supervisor. And the supervisor has to do some very specific things. They have to check my academic history, my criminal history, and they have to supervise 5% of hours per month. But I don't intend to maintain my registered behavior technician qualification. I don't intend to maintain it. Does that make sense to everyone? And I don't normally talk about stuff I'm doing before I do it because it kind of spoils it. But this one's kind of important because I would quite like to get the certification. Maybe then it'll open some doors and I can have some more conversations. If I can be like, I'm like you too, we can have the conversation. If that makes sense. But Vinci, everyone who hasn't liked the video now, it'd be satisfying to get the account go up at once. It would be very satisfying to watch the account go up at once. There's more viewers than likes, so smash the like button like it's a terrible therapist. Autistic People Talking episode. Ah, yeah. Yes, Quinn Autistic. He's a good friend of mine. Unless everyone has PDA, in which case don't. Just silent hands. I have a now strained relationship with an ABA therapist who keeps pushing it for kiddo even though none of the professionals think she needs it. Sure. I think part of the issue with ABA is that it's ABA is it's everything now. So it's quite a wide umbrella and it contains an awful lot from other modalities such as speech therapy and occupational therapy. There's an awful lot of other modalities within ABA now. So it's tricky. It's a tricky conversation. I like before the stream starts. Helen, I'm aware of that. And I don't know who likes or who dislikes. You can dislike all my videos. I would never know who you are. What I'm trying to say is, Helen's always there first. Like sometimes Soup as well. And like there's more likes than there are people watching. When I start my streams, there's more likes than people watching. And then somehow it just goes to hell. Just goes to hell throughout the thing. Isn't ABA banned in the UK EU? Some of it has been declared as torture by the United Nations. Wouldn't it be funny if we all got ABA accredited? It is a ball ache, Bavinci, I'll be perfectly honest. It is a ball ache. And had I not told you all, I would probably have quit. so there is that. You got me wanting to finish my degree. Only 2 semesters. Yeah, do it. Finish it. It's fine. Dropping out of courses. What would I know about that? They want to send me to corrective behavioral therapy when I was a kid. Mike, that sounds a bit ABA to me. Yeah. Was gay conversion therapy a thing back then? You're only a smidge older than I am, and it was when I was a kid. So yes, that probably was early ABA. It could have been. Just had somebody mentioning a degree. Flashbacks, didn't write my thesis. You should watch my video on... what was the word? It begins with P. It wasn't poo. or piss. It was perfectionism. Yes. Oh no, sorry. No. Conversion therapy was created by Ivar Lovaas, who was the same psychologist that created ABA therapy. Same person created both things. So yeah. Being hit with my mum's hairbrush was my ABA. That was just parenting, Wendy. You shouldn't have been such a... I'm joking. I jest. Conversion therapy for trans people is still legal in the UK. Charlie, the stuff that's happening with trans people blows my little tiny brain into small tiny little pieces. For example, YouTube has removed from its community guidelines content that is, I want to get the right word and I'm not going to, discriminatory towards trans people. That's now fine on YouTube. What the fuck? As a person with an official YouTube slap around the face for talking about medical misinformation on YouTube, although it did give me the kick in the arse to start my Patreon. So there is that. You know, I don't feel safe on YouTube. You know. Yeah, if any of you are wondering about the trans thing, yeah, you can feel free to look it up. It was about a week or two ago. It was a silent removal, but it was noticed. It's one of those weird things. I presume Google are looking to maintain their position. You know, presumably the founders, Sergey or whatever, Larry, are going to have to go to Mar-a-Lago, give Trump $1 million and go, please, please, please don't mess with our businesses. They remove gender identity from the list of protected topics and the hate speech policy. That's it, Bill. They already didn't enforce it anyway. To be fair, the move suggests a cultural shift. Corpo's going to corpo. Yeah, sure. It's true. I think it's always been okay to be critical of whatever you want on YouTube, but the way trans people have been discriminated against and attacked as one who is not trans, but now has trans friends and sees trans people. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? What? There is this obsession in the UK media and social media, which I'm no longer on, thank God for that. For like bathrooms and toilets and shit. Like a trans person is going to assault you if you're in a bathroom. Like a trans person is going to come through the window and take you and all of your dreams away. It's absolutely insane. Yeah, sorry for that. I was actually just saying, no, seriously, like what, where? It is bonkers. Seeing how trans community have been attacked. It is a bit like, a bit weird. It's the same thing in America. It's kind of come from America. I'm sorry, guys. We imported that. We took Halloween in place of our indigenous, you know, Option A and Samhain, and we just chucked them away. We took Halloween from you guys, and we also took this weird trans rhetoric stuff, which is kind of new in the UK. The trans stuff is strange. We'll go to after party like on the half hour. Okay, so as you guys are wondering, sorry, a couple of really interesting conversations in the chat kind of stopped me. Bruce, I love you. You're a good boy. You know, my Twitch is doing this thing they promised, and wouldn't banning or restricting streamers who talk about their trans experiences. Yeah, okay. YouTube's probably better than Twitch. I've seen some nut stuff on Twitch. I've seen creators just literally get literally cancelled for nothing. As in like the algorithm has said you've done a thing like financial fraud or something, and it's like what? Yeah. I think people's been tough, but yeah, I didn't see it at this station. It was maybe 80%. Couldn't press button. You still have a transcript, by the way, so you can actually still like redeem the points if you wanted to do something educational again or academic again. You can, even if you don't cross the finish line, you still have a transcript. You can still get a certain amount of points or whatever to use to redeem against something. That's so. It's not a loss. Bruce. Oh, you guys can't see. I got Bruce here, and he's all happy and squeaky and. It sucks that you can't take a year out. Can you do like open university? But Vinci, in my brain, I keep thinking that you're in America, and I know. But it's like in my brain, like Bruce Almighty. Yes, it is. Yeah, it's bizarre. Trans friends and people of all stripes, you're all welcome here. With the exception of the rules. Do take note of the rules. Breaking the rules and failure to adhere to the rules will have you cleaning out Hydra's litter tray, I'm afraid. Bigotry in all of its forms is the weirdest. Yeah, it's bizarre. I think we are kind of we have a predilection towards it. Don't press buttons, Bruce. Let me just slide you. Can't slide. Yeah, we have predilection to want to have bigotry. Like, for example, look, a group of people that I'm not kind of amazingly fond of are the really fervent sort of autism moms online. But I'm not going to say I'm bigoted towards them because I know loads of great autistic mothers and mothers of autistic parents, autistic children. I've met loads, and they're great. They have more challenges than perhaps with neurotypical kids and the neurotypical families that they may have wanted to or not or whatever. It's hard to kind of pigeonhole people, but I would happily have conversations with autism moms, and I think we would agree on stuff. Transitions, support, even respite, like we would agree. But grandmothers of autistic parents, I love it. Hating on trans and LGBTQ people is the same thing people hate on autistic people. Fear tends to hate, hate tends to be excited. It does. Bizarre. Oh, I hope you're okay, Nikki. And I appreciate we would be after partying if I wasn't still on YouTube. Scrotus. It seems the autism moms, they recognise their own autistic traits are great. Yeah, I think so. ADHD burnout is a great topic. It is. It really is. OJ, you might go submit it late with your mark capped. Usually 50%. It happens. A whole bunch of my life stuff happened during my MSc dissertation. Interesting. All my kiddos are autistic. My husband and I are autistic. Of course, we have challenges and we trigger each other on a daily. We wouldn't trade in my ADHD kids ever. Ah, Ashley, you sound lovely. I think also the idea I would like to switch or I would like to push for change or for thought was that your autistic child is going to become an autistic adult. And weirdly, on their 18th birthday. And that's when services and charities and cute kid stuff all stops immediately. And they no longer have access to those clubs or those friend groups or those whatever. All gone. As any autistic adult looking for anything can attest. Quit and did personal work for 10 years and went back to therapy at 27. Yeah. Oh. Boost. I want you to see Boost. Hang on. I can move the camera in software. Let's see. Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. Boost Almighty. It's Boost Almighty. Boosty bitey Boost. Take care, Lorax. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for sharing the news. Boost. Good boy. I fed him pouch earlier. I put him in the bathroom and fed him some secret pouch hanging on the back of the door. I shouldn't say it out loud in case the other cats go and get it. But he had some secret pouch. I guess autism is heritable. Autism is massively heritable. Like of the hundreds, like 700 plus genes that are associated with autistic traits and characteristics, the heritability of those genes is like 80%. So, yeah. And autism runs in families, and something that's been known a very long time that autism runs in families. I'm trying to use my mouse over Boost. Does anyone else use a cat as a like a wrist rest? My kitty sees TV kitty. Oh, you're a TV kitty. Oh, don't bite me. I just want to get you to look this way, Boost. Boost. Don't bite me. Boosty. Boost. He's got his tongue sticking out. He's the cutie. He bites in love. He's the only cat to have the same leg amputated twice. Stream's been sketchy. I'm out. Take care. Thank you for popping in. Sorry there's been tech issues. Play Story of Family in Discord soon. We have a childhood photo section. I'm not talking to Siri. Okay, let me just turn. What do you mean, okay? Sorry for offending you. I thought autism sharing noise cancelling headphones. It's probably one more time. It's permissible. I'll get a bit, Dad. Yeah. You know. Oh, cats have got limitless stim potential. Bruce is wearing a very special collar, which contains a concentrated catnip oil, and it mellows them out. He's been having a hard time recently. So he has the attached to it's a normal break-free collar. But we take the collar, the catnip collar, which is not a breakable collar, and we cable tie it on to a standard break-free collar. Quick release. Because he goes out and, it's just in case they get a branch stuck or something. He likes to sunbathe outside. He's a good boy. I did a walk today and I met 2 random kitties. In fact, one of the random kitties actually nearly tripped me up because I was on my phone trying to schedule the live stream and I wasn't paying attention and it literally waved in between my feet. Oh, Barvinci, are you okay? Hope you're okay. I can't see the chat. I'm sorry. My screen is just, well, it's this. It's moved the screen around. I can only see like the last few messages. This dog, David Gaia. Interesting. I didn't know that. I will be looking into it. I need a sandwich, guys. And do you know what that means? It means Thank you for joining. Thank you for excuse me. My throat is like, thank you. I'm going to sound like RFK. Is this how RFK got his voice? He's doing too many live streams. I'm pretty... My video on Sunday, 2 days ago, is worth a watch. I think I was talking about 6 things. 6 things. I'm just scribbling along quickly to my channel to check what it was about because I can't quite remember. Why can't I remember? Refresh the page. Please find the video for me. 6 signs of DSM. Oh yeah, it's DSM. Yeah, that's the one. DSM. 6 signs of DSM-5 completely missed. Like, I'm not saying the DSM actually missed these things, but it kind of did. One of them in DSM, one of them is kind of relating to masking, and the DSM does have that in there, but only has a sentence that says, you know, may be camouflaged or maybe, you know, managed or concealed or whatever by strategies learnt in later life. That's how DSM talks about masking for autistic adults, particularly. You can't really have later life, I guess, as an infant child. But I would love to write them a footnote, you know. I'd love to write them an A5 like sheet just to slip in there. I'd like to slip a little thing in there. You could say, does autism belong in the DSM? It's not a mental disorder. Should it be that? Vicarious cat fix for me. So I'm looking at my video from Sunday. 6 signs the DSM completely missed. I think it's worth a watch. I do. I think it's worth a click. I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll go to after party and I'm going to make a sandwich. See. Oh, hang on. I need to do this thing now. Do it manually. Have I conditioned you all to think? Okay. You are welcome. Thank you, everybody. We are still going to the after party. I'm just dropping it down so I can just talk to you and say, have I accidentally conditioned everyone that this music is like, now is the time to leave? At least you have. Oh, shit. I like it though. Don't leave until the end because it tells YouTube that it's got bad reception. I heard this music in another video today. Traitors. Someone stole my theme. It wasn't Golden Things, was it? I know there's a vlogger that uses Golden Things. And actually, I only found out because of looking up the song. It was nice. Goodbye music. It's not goodbye for Discord. It's called Ending Music 1. I'm so sorry. There is a name. It does have a name, and I can tell you what it is another time. On here, it's Ending Music 1, as opposed to Golden Things. I'm going to use a kazoo cover of Golden Things. I like, there is a little section in Golden Things which could be a kazoo. It's like, you know, it's the little brig. So yeah, I'll see you on the Discord, but we are going to do a stream on Discord. I'm going to have a sandwich. So yeah, thank you all for turning up. Lovely to see you. Bye. Bye. Bye bye. I like that bit. Bye. Only joking. So now the cool people are here because everyone else has left. So if you're still here, you're one of the cool ones. If you're still here, you're one of the cool ones. Gambling ad. I think it's possible to turn those off. I think I might have an option to do that. I don't have any control over what ads are shown, but I think there is a way to turn off like gambling or alcohol or whatever. I'm pretty sure. I'm not cool. Sorry. You are? All these people are cool. So how many was there? It's like 120 or something, and now it's like 88. So 40 people just off. They just buggered off. So there's like 2/3. 2/3 of the stream are cool. All right. I recognize all these names as well. This is boring. Who's new? Coriel, UA, been here before. Like Orbit Stitches, I've seen it as well. Yannick, obviously. Helen's here before the stream even starts. Who's Leslie? Yep. Who's new? Who's new to the channel? Anyone new? Sandwich is going to be shit. I haven't got any normal bread. I'm going to have to put a like a bake at home bun type thing, but it's like an irregular. I'm terrible at this. How do I explain it? It's a type of bread beginning with C, and I can't remember what it is, and it's not croissant. It's a type of bread beginning with C. No, you're not boring. You're the cool people. The new ones aren't conditioned yet. Blue Fox is pretty new. Ciabatta. Yes. Derek Garnham is also new. Very cool. Pito, I'm technically new. No. I know so much about you now. Can't be you. Ciabatta. I have to put a ciabatta in the oven. It takes 6 minutes. So I'm going to do that in a second, and then we'll fire up the after party. Maybe do like a music quiz. Maybe play a couple of games, but do a few bits and pieces. Ciabatta, yes. Ciabatta. That's going to go in, and that takes like 6 minutes because I don't have any other bread. But I do have like Marks and Spencer's part baked ciabatta. They're so good, guys. 180 degrees Celsius, 6 minutes, beautiful. And then you can put whatever in it. Blue Fox, welcome. Yeah, Yannika's incognito now. Bye. Sorry to do this to you. Bye.